Hello, YouTubers, friends, compatriots, bootlicker, shills, debt slaves, hearse, peasants, vassals, minions, meat sacks, hitmen, targets. I'm Useful Idiot. Welcome. And let's go to the good old USA and talk about this new story coming out that the Hillary election campaign now places a lot of the blame for them losing the election on the James Comey FBI reveals. And let's remember that was a big deal. James Comey coming out and saying that they were going to open a new investigation, and then coming back out a week later and saying that they didn't find anything, and that no, there's no investigation. But as I pointed out, the damage was already done, and it still begs the question. That unusual event happened, and it certainly looks like it had a lot to do with derailing Hillary Clinton campaign. But it's really hard to say. But I'll tell you one thing. I sure as hell wouldn't want to fucking be James Comey right now. He must be looking at brochures for undiscovered islands and places to move to get away from Clinton retribution. But let's go to some of the details. The statement is, quote, from a campaign spokesman, is a quote, there is no question that a week from Election Day, Secretary Clinton was poised for a historic win, unquote. So there's that total confidence, once again, that they had it had it sealed up until these Comey things, and that's pretty debatable. The fact that those Comey reveals would change a lot of Democrats' mind really is a stretch. Although I do say that they are the Clinton campaign is clear in the fact that they say that it might have depressed turnout for Hillary, and it might have energized the Trump turnout, and that's a possibility. But that's hardly something to criticize. That's an election campaign process, and if certain events happen that depress one side and energize another, then that's the way the cards fall. But that said, like I say, if she's had a commanding lead, then something like that shouldn't have made that much difference. So for them to place all the blame on him is really pretty disingenuous. And then they went on to say that it was an quote, unprecedented task of electing the nation's first female president, unquote. And I disagree with that, too. I think it was very stylish and very fashionable. I think a lot of people are more than ready to vote for a female president. I'm ready to vote for a female president. Show me a good candidate, not somebody like fucking Hillary Clinton, and not somebody like fucking Sarah Palin. So show me a good, strong female candidate like Jill Stein, for example. And then we can talk a female president. I'll do it tomorrow. But and then blame. Speaking of Jill Stein, for them, the Hillary campaign to blame third-party votes is ridiculous. I mean, the number of votes that the Libertarians and the Green Party gets are so negligible that it's just preposterous. And then they talk about anger at global institutions, and it's almost a footnote. And they better get used to the fact that there's anger at global institutions, like, for example, I don't know, the Clinton Foundation, that they got to wake up and smell the coffee. And so, like some other viewers have said, Clinton's going to blame everything in sight. It's going to be the election system. It's going to be election fraud. It's going to be the Russians. It's going to be Donald Trump. Evil twin, who knows? But don't look inward and don't reflect on the real causes. I mean, it wasn't hard to see this coming. Like I mentioned in the previous video, the groundwork was laid by Ron Paul in previous elections, and now we're seeing a full manifestation of the results of that discontent before. And so there you have it. But like I say, hey, James Comey, I'm a useful idiot, don't you be one too.